Good morning. G'day, Simon here. So I'm not fully Captain Australia'd up at the moment, just wearing my Kids Cancer Project t-shirt, and I'm about to move on from Warragul. So this, I'll give you a brief update, and I also need to address a daily dare of doom. So first up, the update. Sorry, cue the theme music. Yep. It's a Captain Australia morning update. Boom boom. So, yeah, I have stayed overnight at the lovely Mercure Hotel here at Warragul, and I'm going to set off for the next town along called Druin. Good morning, Davina. I've lost my glasses, so I have to buy a new pair of spectacles. That's the third one down on the big walk. So yeah, Druin, a town called Longwarry, and then through to a town called Bunyip, where there's a little Bunyip museum apparently, and I'm going to meet or see or learn about or eat a character called Henry the Bunyip. So I'm looking forward to eating Henry. So that's the plan. Very quick rundown. I'm Simon. I dress up as the bull-fed superhero Captain Australia, and I'm walking from Brisbane to Melbourne for a charity called the Kids Cancer Project. It's also about her personal healing. Now to the daily donor dare of doom. Also noting that I have two outstanding ones. I need to battle rap. Why do you want me to battle rap? I need to battle rap for 7 minutes. Random people, apparently. I don't know if I have to do it 7 continuous minutes or if I can battle rap 7 people for 1 minute. So I'll figure that out. Grover says, how you doing? Looking fresh today. Thank you, mate. You're looking pretty fresh too, Grover. Would you like to have a drink later? See, that's fresh, right? I'm being fresh. Get it? See? Dad joke. Yeah, so the Bunyip, and I get to eat Henry the Bunyip, and that's going to be cool. But yeah, this daily donor dare of doom. So I've got two outstanding ones. One is I need to get a fox toy and wear that on my belt because at Ulladulla, I had breakfast at a place called the Foxy Cafe, and they made a donation, and they're all about them foxes, yo. And the other one is I need to battle rap for 7 minutes. So I think I can probably find 7 different people and battle rap them for a minute each. I don't know. But we'll live stream that. And the beauty of live streaming is it's just authentic. It's just you're looking into other people's lives. It's a live stream, and it is a life. And you can't rehearse it, can't practice it. So I'll be in there battle rapping like mad against I don't know who. We'll figure that out. But today I've got another daily donor dare of doom, and this one is just so awkward for me. I mean, I appreciate it, and I appreciate the kindness behind it. It's very sweet, but it's also awkward. So it was from a person called Katrina, and the guts of it is that I need to acknowledge how good, kind, and brave that I am. And if I'm any of those things, I mean, it's in all of us. You know what I mean? So the whole idea is that an ordinary person can take a broken life and fix it. And that's sharing that with you, I hope, might create a bit of hope for people who need to fix a broken life. So if I'm getting better, if that's what we call goodness, then it's in all of us. You know what I mean? So it's hard to like say, oh, I'm good and I'm kind and I'm brave, like they're extraordinary qualities, when I'm you and you're me. You know what I mean? But look, goodness, for me, okay, I'm on the hook, and I try to do these dares as diligently as I can. I mean, if you saw the dancing one yesterday, you know, I try and do it. I think there's marks in both sides of the ledger for me, and on the idea of goodness, you know. I try to do the right thing. The walk, I'm trying to do a righteous thing before the end, you know. I want to help, you know, I want to lift people up. I met this lovely parent yesterday affected by pediatric cancer, and we sat down and spoke for an hour or more. And the pain she carried, the burden she carried, and I'd like to be able to lift some of that up. So if that's goodness, then yes, I'm good. But there's other sides of the ledger as well. I'm too judgy, you know. I'm unforgiving, yeah. So if I met somebody who had committed a violent crime against a child, there's no forgiveness in me for that. You're not needed, mate. Next snap, goodbye. So I have this completely unforgiving streak for the breakers and the takers and the destroyers of the world, you know? So that's not good. You wouldn't want me in a big red cape flying around, da-da-da, super dude, lands to save the day. Why? Because I'd be snapping necks left, right, and center, you know? So goodness, I'm supposed to, in this dare, acknowledge my goodness. And yeah, there's some in there. I have compassion. I do. And I think it's a true thing. I have empathy. I do. And I think it's a true thing. I want to do what's right. I do. And it's a true thing. I just often stuff it up. So, alright, I acknowledge I'm more or less a good person. And it's one of those things they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? I think intentions matter equally to actions. You know, you can't measure them and it's only a personal thing, but wanting to do the right thing. You know, that's as important as trying and failing or trying and succeeding, you know? So what's in your heart matters as much as what you do. So, alright, I acknowledge I'm a reasonably good person. I hope, I think, maybe. And then kindness. Am I kind? I mean, the big walk in a way is innately selfish. I'm trying to fix myself. But I am trying to share that, to show that it's possible, concretely by example that a broken life can be fixed. So that somebody else who's broken can take inspiration from that. Maybe see it as a little bit of a roadmap. All I needed to start was this tiny piece of hope that it's possible, that I could have a positive outcome if I put in the work. Yeah? And then my idea is, by showing that, actively demonstrating that, if there's somebody out there, just one person who needs that tiny little bit of hope to get started, they can see it and take it just from the fact that an idiot like them was able to do it. It's possible. And all it takes is that hope, and you weave more hope into it. Is that kind? Maybe. Could be survival, because I think kindness is the way our species moves forward. You know, it combats all of that dark garbage stuff. So this daily dare of doom, I'm supposed to acknowledge that I'm kind. I guess I am. If I saw somebody on the side of the road needing help, I'd help them. If that's kindness. But I have to tell you, if kindness is a seesaw, for me, way out of balance. I've received so much more than I've given, I think. You know, on this walk, I've been taken under the wing of all of you, like I'm the world's oldest, hairiest toddler dressed as a superhero. Just sleeping here, this lovely, warm, safe place. That comes from kindness of others. And I guess the thing I've learned about kindness is it is a circle that we build together. And it elevates both of us. You know, all my life I would never receive kindness. I'd be like, no, I'm fine, thank you. No. Oh, what? You want to give me $10? No. Give it to them. They need it more. But I've realized now that receiving kindness is almost as important as giving it, because it creates that opportunity, which then ripples through the world. Goodness, kindness. Am I brave? I'm not sure. So I don't think I've ever really been afraid during this walk. So I've been in dangerous situations, and I have mindfully entered dangerous situations. But what's the opposite? I mean, fear and courage become redundant with acceptance, I think. And one of my big lessons in the walk, as well as processing grief and all of that stuff, is learning to accept, to be in the moment, you know, to try and live happily in that moment. So, you know, bravery becomes a bit moot, because if you can accept the situation and move forward regardless, well, you don't have to be brave. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm able to. Actually, maybe I'm not brave at all. When I was at Trafalgar in that pub, and so I'm chatting with this lady from Now who says she's a psychic medium. She says, film the door. I'm like, why the hell do you want me to film the door? It just feels like there's a ghost out there. I don't want to go to the toilet. I'm going to pee in a bottle. That's not brave in a pub hotel room peeing in a bottle because you don't want to go down the dark, creepy hallway to the toilet, right? And she's like, film the door. Don't hear anything, play it back. There's this sound. Everybody says it's my tummy rumbling. Then she's like, film again, but say, look, I'm friendly and I invite you to communicate with me. I'm friendly and I invite you to communicate with me. And then you hear it again. And then this little... Now, I don't have any belief in anything really. I think I have an open and flexible mind, right? But in that situation, that was a situation where I was a little bit creeped out. And instead of going out down the hallway to wee into the toilet, I stayed in the room and I weed into a bottle. So am I brave? Captain Australia may not be brave, my friend. But look, I mean, I've knowingly faced dangerous situations calmly. And yeah, I've had people behave in a threatening way a little, and I've gone up to them knowing that I could very well get a punch in the face. And I've said, look, mate, I can't let you say garbage like that. I mean, that's going to get you a kick in the balls, buddy. Why don't we just start over? And we start over, and then we win each other's regard. You know what I mean? But I don't know if that's either brave or stupid, you know? But okay, so I had a daily dare of doom, and I had to acknowledge these qualities. Goodness, kindness, bravery. I've done my best. But for me, the absolute fundamental is all of those qualities, these admirable human qualities, are there in us. And you can spend your life trying to find yourself, or you can create yourself. You can navigate to those qualities today, now. You know, the you that was doesn't have to be anymore. If they were a little bit of a compromised, old, unkind, evil coward, whatever the opposite of those things are, you get to reinvent today. It's hard to shake off the coat that you've worn for 20 years, but I'm proof positive that you can. So I am a profoundly different person today than I was a year ago. Yeah, and that process of self-creation, I think, is really just, it's like mindfulness, clarity, and making the space to do it. And that's what my pilgrimage is about. Trimming it right back to the basics, being alive, thinking, you know, reconstructing. A lot of comments whizzing past, and I've lost my spectacles, you know, oh, Captain Australia can't see. Oh, hey, I do kind of look like Captain Australia now. So, you know, I need to buy a new pair of spectacles, so I can't, these comments are all kind of blurry. I'm sorry. I'll look at them later and do my best to answer if there's any questions and stuff in there. But that was a daily dare of doom, where I had to assert my courage, my kindness, and my goodness. And I think there's, again, marks on both sides of the ledger and about all of that stuff. But there's hope for all of us. We can all, you know, level up. Alright, so I am now going to get my Captain Australia uniform on. This thing. It is all completely torn to crap. I like the classic one though. And I like that it's falling to pieces because it kind of shows that I've been on a journey. You know what I mean? As I roll into Melbourne, I'll try and keep the flag up more. And if there's new people coming in seeing this video, and it's the first thing you see, well, sorry. So my name's Simon. I'm walking from Brisbane to Melbourne for a charity called the Kids Cancer Project. And it's also a quest for personal healing. So after stage 4 cancer myself, I'm not affected in any way by pediatric cancer. I decided I needed to take a pilgrimage, and I thought I could do that in support of a charity. So I looked at all kinds, you know, homelessness, mental health, all that sort of stuff. But for me, pediatric cancer research absolutely resonated because no child should have to endure what I did. And I like the way that it's a scientific attack against the root of a problem rather than looking at the symptom of it. So yeah, it's a lovely charity, a worthy charity. It's worthy of your support. And if you wanted to support it, just check the sticky post. There's a link that says donations, and it goes to a page managed by the Kids Cancer Project. So your money flows directly into pediatric cancer research. Because I don't work for them, I'm just a buffet. So There's no overhead for the charity, no cost. They don't have to advertise to get your donation or whatever. You're doing it because of the big walk. And the beauty of that is every cent of every dollar goes into pediatric cancer research. So good on you if you decide to do it. Something going to miss watching you do this walk for the kids. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do next. Probably just get a job somewhere. You might find me, I'd have to shave the beard off and have a hairnet. You might find me serving food at your local Macca's or something. Anyway, I will figure the rest of my life out, and I'll stay in touch. I'll share that. Okay, let you know how the story ends. Okay, so that's it. So I am off now for Druin, then Longwarry, then Bunyip. At Bunyip, I am going to meet Henry the Bunyip, or eat Henry the Bunyip, or meet and eat Henry the Bunyip. I don't know, but I've been invited there, and they're keen to have me visit. So it's interesting. Bunyip is this tiny little country town, but it's considered also part of Metro Melbourne. So I think there were some pretty absurd decisions made by authorities with the pandemic, but Bunyip is a great example of one. It's because they're a tiny little country town, they're also Metro Melbourne. So whenever there was a citywide Melbourne lockdown, they were thrown into lockdown despite not having, amenities or, much of anything. So that would have been especially challenging, I think. Anyway, just a fun fact. I pick up fun facts all the way down the coastline. So all the very best. I'm going to leave it there. I'll update you from Druin or Longwarry or Bunyip or somewhere, and I'll keep trying to share the people that I meet on the road. Did I upload my photos yesterday? I think I did. Yeah. Okay, and I'll keep taking photos and stuff. All the very best. Thank you for your interest. It's Captain Australia's Big Walk for a charity called the Kids Cancer Project. And shout out again to Dixie, who I think was pretty instrumental in sorting out this room. So he's a local radio personality. Sounds like a lovely bloke. I really appreciate it. So Andrew Deeks, I think, Andrew Deek or Deeks. I'm not sure what your actual name is, mate, but Deeksy's your handle. Thank you, Deeksy. Shout out to you. Shout out to my mate Archer, who's still at Westmead Hospital. I hope you're doing okay, buddy. All the very best. I'd shout out to everybody, but there's so many bloody people I've met along the way. Scout Coralie, shout out to you. But then for every person you shout out to, you risk missing somebody. So if I've ever missed you, sorry. It's love. I'm just an old man. All the very best. Take care of yourselves. I'll update later. See you later.